Today I'm going to review a gimbal that in my opinion is great for travel and compact cameras, like my Fujifilm X-T5 and X-E4, phones and action cameras. Why am I reviewing the Hohem iSteady MT2 so long after its release? Because you don't always need the latest gear, and this gimbal now, compared to other gimbals, has a really good price. So the first thing that I really like about this gimbal is the weight, 653 grams, and its compactness. In the past my backpack was full of gear and really heavy, but in time I downsized and this gimbal was pretty helpful. Even if it is compact, the grip is still big enough for larger hands. And all the buttons and controls are easy to reach. Also, it has really good battery life. A full charge can give you up to 17 hours of use without the AI tracking. With the AI tracking, around 7 hours. The build quality is good. The arms are made from metal and the lower part from plastic that doesn't feel cheap. The buttons are well made and the side wheel has a rubber exterior that feels nice on touch. The display is small, but I rather have this small display than a bigger gimbal with a smaller grip. The display is bright enough for sunny days here in Spain, and I appreciate that. The other thing I like is the design and colors. Yes, the colors. This gimbal has a playful color scheme that sometimes makes you wanna use it. It is really easy to calibrate like all gimbals these days. I've been using this gimbal for a while and I have no problem with locks or any other parts. Another thing I like about it is that it comes with plenty of accessories. All the cables you need to connect your camera or device if you cannot connect them via Bluetooth. Your typical quick release Arca Swiss plate, a phone adapter with Arca Swiss, even a GoPro mount. All of these in a nice carrying case. I also got this extra briefcase handle for low angle shots and better stability. This is also lightweight and really easy to install and use. I also mount my external monitor on this when I use one. The payload of the gimbal is 1200 grams. For me that is enough because I mostly use the Fujifilm X-T5 for video. I also use a Sony A7C with the 7 Artisans 24mm f1.8 and the Nikon ZF with a couple of lenses and had no issues so far. One of the reasons I like to use this with my Fujifilm cameras is this lens here, the XF16 to 50mm f2.8 to 4.8, because this lens doesn't extend. The zoom is internal, so 90% of the time this is my setup for a video. The one key feature this gimbal has, and I think it was one of the first, is the so-called AI tracking. Let's call it the tracking module because these days everything is AI. This is great if you want to film yourself, and for me it was very useful because I am working on a series of tutorials that I am going to release later this year, and because I don't have an assistant, this helped me film myself. You have 3 gestures to control the tracking module. OK to start tracking, this to recompose, and the palm to stop the tracking. I like the movement of the tracking and it worked just fine for what I need. The tracking module can be removed because it is magnetically attached to the gimbal. The magnets are strong and this is also a fill light. You can change its brightness and also its color. You can mount your camera horizontally or vertically. This has become such a popular feature lately. It is super easy to switch from one position to the other because of this L bracket here. Remember, you have to rebalance the gimbal after you do so. Another thing I like is this small magnetic key here. You also have 3 USB Type-C ports, one for charging, one out so you can charge your camera or phone, and one to connect your camera. If you have a Sony camera and an electronic zoom lens, you can use this rocker here to zoom in and out. You can also use this with your phone and the Hohem mobile app. You also have A to B buttons, but I never got a chance to use those. They should come in handy for motion time-lapses. Overall, I really like this gimbal. For small cameras, it is stable in my opinion, worked great on stairs, it is compact and really lightweight, which I love, has plenty of features and the tracking module works great. I think this gimbal can make a lot of people happy when it comes to travel and filming yourself, so if you are looking for a gimbal like this, I highly recommend it. If this video was helpful, subscribe, and if you want to support the channel even more, use the links in the description at no extra cost to you. Thank you for watching, see you next time.